You spent 7 years in prison.
More than 7. So 7.5 the last time. 12 all total.
12 total.
7.5 the last time.
So you were in prison twice.
Well, you know, I speak in prisons all the time, Roland. You know, all over the country, and it's getting more difficult because of the amount of time they're handing these young African American Latino men.
You want to get attracted to stuff that's good,
right?
You know, you can go do some for $1 million. You know what I mean? Some dumb stuff for $1 million. They pay you to do that,
right?
So, there's been some buzz about the legendary Charles Stanley Dutton lately. You know, the guy who kicked off his Hollywood journey from behind bars? Well, it seems like he's been laying low, which got people speculating. Word on the street is he's stepped away from the industry, and now folks are saying he's finally spilling the beans on why. So let's delve into the drama without any further ado.
Sometimes you get distracted because they pay you to do
right.
You know, and so it takes you back to the reason you want to be an actor.
Right.
First, let's talk about where he came from. Charles Stanley Dutton came into the world on January 30th, 1951, right on the east side of Baltimore, Maryland. Life wasn't a cakewalk from the start. His old man was a trucker, and his folks split when he was just a tot of 4. Growing up, he called Baltimore's Latrobe Homes public housing project his stomping grounds. School wasn't his thing, so he bailed before finishing middle school. Instead, he tried his hand at boxing for a bit, earning himself the nickname Rock, short for Rockhead. They say it came from the rock-throwing showdowns he was part of as a kid.
Hey, look, if you came for the meeting, it's over. Everybody left.
Yeah, well, we are here for the meeting, parenthetically.
However, life took an unexpected turn when in 1967, when he was just 16, Dutton found himself in a scrap that turned deadly. He says the other guy came at him with a knife, and things escalated. Dutton's no stranger to his rough and tumble past. He's been pretty open about it, describing himself as someone who used to enjoy knocking the expletive out of people and getting a kick out of violence. His nickname Rockhead came from his wild childhood days, where he'd get into rock fights that left his head all battered and bloody. When he took up amateur boxing, the name got shortened to Rock, and it stuck. Back when he was just 16, Dutton found himself in a brutal scrap with a guy who came at him with a knife, leaving him stabbed 7 times. But Dutton wasn't about to be a victim. He managed to wrestle the knife away and fought back, eventually leaving the other guy bleeding out on the street.
20, 30, 40, 50
without
years.
parole. You know, that's the thing too, without parole. The federal system, there is no parole in the federal system.
After the knife altercation, Dutton owned up to it and pleaded guilty to manslaughter in 1967. He was slapped with a 5-year stint in prison, starting off at the Maryland House of Correction in Jessup. But his taste of freedom didn't last long. After about a year and a half on parole, he got nabbed again, this time for packing heat. The judge threw the book at him for the gun charge, sending him back to the slammer, this time to the Maryland Penitentiary, not far from where he grew up, for another 3 years.
In my day, 35, 40 years ago, most states were spending tens of millions in those days on rehabilitation. But those days are over with.
But the troubles didn't end there. Dutton's defiant and aggressive streak didn't mellow out during his second stint behind bars. He proudly labeled himself a troublemaker, always ready to throw down with guards and fellow inmates, drawing on the boxing skills he honed as a kid. One particular clash stands out. When a guard barred him from seeing a visitor, Dutton wasn't having it. Fueled by a mix of rage and determination, he challenged the guard to a showdown. Locked in a room, the two went at it, exchanging blows for what Dutton fondly recalls as a wonderful, nice 10 minutes busting each other up. Reflecting on the injustice, Dutton later remarked,
"What's up, my peoples? Appreciate y'all to come and enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed that episode on the celebrity demise, and it's talking about Charles S. Dudley. You know what I'm saying? It was number overlooked over 3 minutes, but I just have to say on this one, Charles S. Dudley is one of the real ones. The real ones that, you know, he keep it 1,000. He had to quit Hollywood because the fact is he started seeing the weird stuff that was going on, all the satanic stuff they was doing, and like I said, he had to quit. So I'm sorry I had to make this one so short, but you know, y'all can go and check this out. Make sure you do research on Charles S. Dudley. Make sure you go to Pluto.com, and that's a movie, platform. You can go check him out. Type in The Rock, the show, and I'm telling you, he always send a positive message in his television show. So I want to thank everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this long and wide. And I love y'all, and y'all be safe out there after this Thanksgiving, day. I'm out.